Well, this is Lazy K Homestead, Lazy K Mountain Homestead. I'm fixing to gather corn. It's time to put corn away, boys. The weeds about took all my gardens, but I've got a good tater patch, and I think I want to have some good corn. We'll see. Well, I went in there and gathered the corn. Pretty good little pile. I'm gonna shuck her and see what it looks like. We're gonna put it away and have it to eat on this winter.
Hey guys, remember when I said Willis was out here doing something? Well, this is what he's doing. Look what I caught him doing. Shucking corn. So I've got the other cannon done. So we are going to do this and do a little video on how we do cream corn. Right?
That's right.
So,
right out of the garden.
We are blessed with this beautiful corn. Oh my goodness.
What kind of we say this was?
Ambrosia?
Ambrosia?
Or bodacious?
Bodacious?
I think it's bodacious. We've got some, oh, I'm going to throw my stuff over here. Yeah. He went ahead and tilled up over there where the winter wheat was. And no, I didn't grab any to make any flour. It was just got too wet. And I was afraid it would be moldy. And I didn't want to have a problem with moldy flour. So maybe next year.
Your corn.
Oh my goodness. And you know what that's from? It's from the way the bees pollinate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, let me hold it up to the camera so you guys can see that. This is the way the bees pollinated it that makes it crazy. Look at that side.
They got interrupted while they was doing that one.
I know it. Look at that. And then the little bit is okay, but look compared to that. This looks like a mosaic. It's pretty though, but look how much bigger those kernels are.
All juicy.
Yeah, compared to the regular standard ones from the bees having a problem there. We're going to have to harvest our honey soon.
I know.
Probably next weekend. Get in there.
Probably a lot of it.
I think so too. I've been a little lax on my beekeeping this year, but I have been checking in on them. They seem to be doing all right, and everybody's there. I just can't get over how beautiful our corn is.
I know.
Wow. And when I moved to Tennessee and met Willis, and we got together, and he showed me how he does cream corn. It's kind of different than what I would call cream corn, but it actually is cream corn. It's old-fashioned cream corn.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That's the way my grandparents did it.
Yep. And you can either freeze it or can it. What are we going to do this year?
Maybe both.
Okay. Canning corn does take a long time.
It's good though.
It is.
It keeps longer.
That's true. We had a couple years ago, we have a shed behind us that we have all our freezers in, and the power went out for a week here. We didn't have the generator.
I know.
And all of our stuff went bad. Even though I love freezing stuff. So we have a generator now. And if I have to, I'll definitely run some power cords down there.
Look at that one.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. It's like got some that are not developed.
It's like it dried out on this side.
Yeah, isn't that weird? We were talking earlier that this is just for us is heaven.
Oh, yeah.
We can hear an occasional car.
What, doing stuff? Oh, living here? Yeah.
And this.
There's a lot of traffic today because of the holiday.
Yeah. But being able to be out here and
hear the jar flies and
the birds.
the birds.
Shade tree. Doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Chickens laying eggs.
Yeah.
Doing their song.
Duchess digging moles out of the ground.
Yeah. Hearing them squeal.
We didn't know moles could squeal.
They can holler pretty loud.
They can. I rescued it from her. She wasn't happy. Where is she anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Just do the little bell, yeah. She'll come. We have to watch her because she likes to
Here she comes. She was up her towards the road.
walk with her nose to the ground, and we have to watch her so she doesn't go out in the road.
I'll shock her if she gets out there. I don't want her getting run over.
Yeah, she needs to learn.
You look at it and zap you.
I know it. What are you doing, huh?
It's supposed to be a rabbit dog, but I think she's become a mole dog.
Like the cats.
Yep. She thinks she's a cat.
When I was younger, a young girl in my teenage years. Oh, you look, Mike. Did that too. We used to have field corn behind the house. We had a farmer that grew field corn, and I used to dry out the shucks and the hair, and I'd make corn husk dolls. That was in the 70s, and it was real popular.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. I never did it.
Well,
I
no.
remember.
But I made a corn husk doll nativity scene. I don't know whatever happened to all that stuff, but...
We used to make corncob pipes when we was kids.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's
And,
more of a guy thing.
Slip and smoke rabbit tobacco on them.
Hey, what is rabbit tobacco?
It's just a weed that grows wild.
But it's not really tobacco.
I don't know. No, it's not. It's just a weed. I don't know why they call it rabbit tobacco.
Huh. It is kind of interesting. But yeah, I used to comb all this corn silk. I would comb it out, and it would, dry brown. See all the different colors, and it would be their hair. I'd comb it with a comb. That was before the days of the internet and cell phones, and you
Had to find things to do.
Yeah,
Makeup stuff.
be creative. And it was fun. I mean, I'm not knocking it, the cell phones and technology and stuff. I mean, it's here for a reason. But, I mean, because we can share what we're doing now on YouTube. But I do miss those days.
Yeah.
What you doing, Duchess, huh? Or are you tired because you've been outside running around chasing stuff? Wonder how many pints we'll get of this. What is this, 10 dozen? 20 dozen?
I don't know. Didn't even count.
Wow. You need some corn? Let's roast it my way.
We'll count it. We'll put it away.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, this is what we're doing today, and we'll be back when we get inside. I guess you'll do the corn off the. He uses a knife. Oh, we do have those new little things we got from the mini knives. We got 2 little gadgets. We'll try that. That'll be fun.
We'll
See
try
if
them
they work.
things out.
Yeah, we'll go inside and do that. If we did the outside, I think the flies would probably attack us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super sweet. But we'll see you in a few minutes. Hey guys, Willis, explain how you do the corn.
Take your sharp knife and you cut the blisters off.
Which are the
They're
kernels?
right there, the kernels. They're right there. They're right there. When you get done doing that, then you scrape all this juice,
All the milk.
all the milk, the good juice. That's what makes your cream in the corn.
And it's sweet.
Yeah, boy.
This is how he taught me to do this because I never knew how to do this kind of creamed corn. So, and it's just delicious. But we went over to the Mennonites this early spring. And we bought a couple gadgets because we were like, oh look, there's gadgets. So Willis is doing it his way, that his granny did and his mom did. Yeah, we have a lot of towels everywhere. We're actually sitting in the living room. It's easier this way because your hands aren't up like at the table. Your hands would really, arms would hurt.
I can do it the old-fashioned way quicker than I could with them little gadgets. See all that?
Isn't that beautiful? So I've got my pan here, and I'm going to grab a corn. Now this is raw. Some of it has hairs on it. I guess that was me. And I am going to try to use these gadgets. Willis already tried, but I'm going to give it my opinion too. He was happy to continue to do it his granny and mom's way. But remember, I don't know.
Dorothy and Willie Cobb.
Yeah. Cobb.
Dorothy and Willie Cobb.
Mm-hmm. I know, I said corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob, yeah.
And then we were watching a video. We like to watch Donnie Laws. If you've ever watched him, he's a really good Appalachian guy. He had a video showing the old ways, and I had never seen it done with one of these old-fashioned box graders. And you had neither. And it was a lady, and it was an old picture, way old, long dresses, the whole 9 yards, probably way back in 1900, using this to cream the corn with.
That's antique there.
Yeah, this is the antique too.
That's from the 40s.
This was your mom's.
40 or 50.
So I'm going to do this one last, but I didn't see her doing it. I only saw the picture of her doing it with this out on her porch. So we're in the comfort of our living room with the air conditioning. So the first one I'm going to try is this gadget. And it's got like teeth right here. Did you notice it had teeth on one side?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta have something to be able to cut through that corn.
So you went down like this with the teeth going down. Okay. So I've got a metal. Let me go and move this one here.
It won't go down through that metal thing. Your bow will stop it.
I'm gonna see if I.
The sides.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing I could really figure out how to use. So anyways, I'm going to try to do this. Well, that's kind of hard.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, well, I don't like that. But, I mean, it did cut through it.
Yeah.
But not very good.
I seen a thing at the flea market years ago. Some Amish people was demonstrating, and it was a really good outfit. I don't know what it. I've never seen one since.
But if I do it like this, it's not too bad.
Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. But that'll make whole kernel corn. That's probably what that's for.
Oh, whole kernel corn.
Whole kernel
Yeah,
corn.
it's coming.
Cream style.
It is coming straight off like that. Oh.
That's probably how you're supposed to do it.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, well, we figured something out. All right. Well,
look at there.
That did do a good job.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah.
We're making whole kernel.
All right.
Well, that other thing that looks like a paddle the teachers used to have back in the day. Now that's supposed to cream it somehow.
This is a blade. This is a like little pins. Pins, and that's a scraper. Not very sharp.
But I don't know how it's supposed to work.
I don't either.
But it's shaped right here like you're supposed to be able to take a cob and run it up and down.
Well, that's what I'm going to try to do. So this is this. I would suggest you be careful. Well, hold on.
We'll get a chainsaw in here, directly. We'll try that.
Well,
It's doing something.
it's doing. Oh, maybe you have to do it like this instead of maybe going all the way down. You kind of have to. If there wasn't any directions in either one of these,
Yeah.
it was like you kind of are supposed to already know. I don't think we paid more than $10 for this.
But this is so simple. Just like whittling on a piece of cedar.
But you know what? I think this is also for whole corn or corn. Look at that.
Probably.
It's taking it right out. Okay. Well, if any of y'all use this, any of these gadgets, let me know. Next, I'm going to try this. So, the lady was using this side on the picture. Like I said, I didn't see her doing it. Well, and she was holding it to the side. Oh. So it kind of does it.
Yeah.
This takes a lot longer than what you do.
Yeah.
So on the inside, well, it is cream corn. Look,
Yeah.
that's a lot more cream than yours,
That's
though.
really creamy.
Yeah. So I think that we're gonna say just the knife and the way you do it is best.
Yeah.
Your granny would be 101 years old this year, wouldn't she? 1924. Yeah. So we'll say Granny King. Is that what you called her?
Yeah.
I never met her. Unfortunately, I never met her. I would have loved to. I would have loved it. And then your mom learned from her.
Yep.
So I'm just going to do like Willis taught me. And look how fast that goes. Right? Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is usually his job. I'm the one that does the canning and freezing mostly because he's so good at this. And then he goes back like this and you get the cream out, right?
Yeah.
Use the back of your knife. You don't want to use the sharp end because then you're going to get the kernels or the, what do you call
I
it?
use a sharp end, but I just keep it straight.
Oh, okay.
I don't angle it so I'm slicing the cob.
Oh, okay. Well, since I'm not a professional on that, I'm just going to use the back. That is good, yeah, because I can come like this and not cut myself. Okay. So, we're just going to keep it the way we always do it.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have 10 dozen.
That's the best way to put corn away. Just every other way, I've tried blanching it, freezing it on the cob, whole.
Yeah. Actually, put it in the freezer without blanching it. We tried that way too, somebody told us.
Yeah. This right here, cream styling it like this, and put it in a food saver where you can suck all the air out if you can, or freezer bags. You pull it out in the winter time, and it just almost just like fresh out of the garden.
It does. It's got that fresh.
Or if you can it, you know.
Yeah.
It does. But that one year, we got it too dry. We didn't put enough liquid in the jars. It was still good, but it was really dry. You had to add milk to make it creamy.
Yeah, when we cooked it, I think that the corn itself was dry.
Then I think I scorched some of it.
Oh.
Because if you get it too hot, have too high heat, you have to get it to boiling point on the stove before you, and then let it cool. Then you put it in freezer bags.
Yeah.
But if you have it on too high heat, it will scorch.
Now Willis is telling on himself. Now I know why it didn't taste good. It was you.
Yeah, it tastes like burnt popcorn.
I do like burnt popcorn.
Burnt popcorn in a jar.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I do that one good?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll be a good helper with this. With so much corn, I thought I better jump in. But I did want to try those tools.
Yeah.
But I don't think we paid any more than $10 a piece for them.
I hope not.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed.
Somebody that knows about them might be able to take them and just fly with it.
Yeah, it's probably clearly operator error. Because, I don't know.
It's time consuming doing this, but it's worth it.
It is.
Having fresh stuff in the freezer.
Oh, it's wonderful. To be able to open up your freezer or go to your pantry in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And basically our grocery store.
If anything wants to happen, you know, you could get to the store
And we've had that happen here.
or whatever.
Ice
You
storms.
can feed yourself.
Yeah. Yep, you sure can. And feed yourself good.
Yeah.
Because you don't always have to have meat. You can have just vegetables, meatless meals. Corn, beets, green beans, potatoes. We try to grow everything that we possibly can
Yeah.
to keep our pantry and our...
You can survive on beans and taters and sweet corn.
Yeah. That's true.
Make you a little ton of cornbread.
Yep.
Go out in the woods. Get you a couple of squirrels.
No. I never liked squirrel. I mean, and I know...
I never did either, really.
I didn't ever care for rabbit either, but I know people do. It's probably the way that I had it. My aunt made it many years ago. And it was so greasy and so fried, so hard.
Yeah. That's the way coon is. Coon's really greasy.
Is it? You had fried coon?
No, but I heard it was. I've had groundhog.
What's that like?
I can't remember. I was a kid.
Wow. I had rattlesnake.
My dad used to cook up groundhogs, turtles, all kinds of different stuff.
I've had rattlesnake. Dad cooked rattlesnake one time when I was a kid. That wasn't too bad. I think it was just gross for me because I knew it was a rattlesnake.
Yeah.
And then I've had alligator. That wasn't too bad. That was kind of sweet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, deep fried. And, and then I've had buffalo. And I've had caribou. In Alaska, I had caribou. That wasn't too bad. But, yeah. But we don't have them back here. But in Alaska, we did. Well, anyways, guys, this is what we're going to continue to do until we have all of this done. And then when we're finished, we'll show you what we do with it next.
Yeah.
So we'll see you soon. Okay, we finally got all of the corn off the cob. It took just about an hour, and it was roughly 10 dozen, probably 10 dozen ears. So that was pretty good with both of us working. And we've got 3 pots full. So let me bring this over so you can see how beautiful this is. Look at that. Look at this one here. Look at all that corn. And we're going to go ahead and cook it down with some butter. And you got salt in there?
Yeah.
And what are we going to cook it for, about a half hour or so? Or
That's it, bowl.
until it boils?
Yeah.
And then we'll cool it, and then we'll go ahead and put it in their food saver bags and freeze it. And you might think, well, that's a lot of corn for us, but you know, it'll last a year in your freezer, won't it?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of corn. We eat a lot of veg. So we'll be back when this is ready to put in the food saver. Good morning. We went ahead, and it got late last night after all the corn was done cooling, so we put it in the fridge, and this morning Willis has already bagged up most of it in freezer bags. Well, we also have a food saver, and we ran out of freezer bags, so he got 14 bags out of over half of this, so I don't know how many of these Food Saver bags I'm going to get, but if you don't have a Food Saver, I really like it. Sometimes it can be a pain in the butt, but other times it's really handy. So I like to use it, especially for things like this, because it does get all of the juice out of there, liquid. So I'm just going to make my bags. I think I'm going to make probably 6 bags. That might be what's left in here. This corn looks wonderful. As you cook it, it changes color, and it goes from that bright yellow to a nice golden corn color, and it smells good. Willis always puts butter and a little bit of salt in there, so, and you don't have to add any sugar. This is sweet, wonderful corn in its natural, just natural ways. I'm going to go ahead and freeze these up. Show you what I do. Make sure it's made a nice seal. And to this bag, I am going to put, let's see if you can see me. He was going to help me, but he went outside. He's got other stuff to do. He's got to go to work today. So I'm going to put 2 of these ladlefuls in here. And that is actually a cup. I have measured it before. Okay, so then I just kind of tap it down like so. Put that in there. There's like a little, I don't know what you call it, a guide in there, and it will, you just put your unsealed portion of the bag in there, and you turn on vacuum. It'll take all of the air out and some of the moisture. Then when it's done doing that, it'll automatically seal. Most of the time it does. I've had before where it's been probably operator error. So when it is finished, it'll seal on its own. And you can get these little bags on Amazon. They're a lot cheaper than if you buy the name brand, at least for me. And they do just as well. And I usually just cut them in the sizes I want. I think you can get them pre-cut too. That was taking a little long, so I'm going to go ahead and seal it myself. But this is how we do this. Like I said, you can can this. If you wanted to can it, I believe it's 90 minutes in the Ball Blue book. Let me just look that up for you. It's 55 minutes for pints, or an hour and 15 minutes for quarts on 10-pound pressure. So we went ahead and just chose to freeze it. So that is what I am going to do. I hope you guys will maybe get you some corn from the farmer's market or grow it yourself and cook it down just like we did. It's really simple. It's a little time consuming, but you know what? It's so wonderful to go into your freezer or to your pantry in the middle of January and pull out some corn. Or for your Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving, you've got your homegrown corn that you processed yourself. It's a real delight. Well, I hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks for sharing your time with us. Bye.